Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to Big Ideas Math, Contract Math, Section 7.3, 2012 edition, Volume of Pyramids Activity. Pause while you write Section 7.3, 2012 edition activity in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's activity objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is understand the volume of pyramids. Copy the following key idea exactly as it appears into your notebook. Volume of a pyramid. The volume, V, of a pyramid is 1/3 the product of the area of the base and the height of the pyramid. In algebra, it looks like capital V equals 1/3 times capital B times height, H. Today we'll be starting on page 171 in your record and practice journal. We'll be skipping activity 1 for now and going to activity 2, comparing volumes. You are an archaeologist studying 2 ancient pyramids. What factors would affect how long it took to build each pyramid? Giving similar conditions, which pyramid took longer to build? Explain your reasoning. So we're comparing the Cholula Pyramid in Mexico and the Cheops Pyramid in Egypt. The pyramid in Mexico has a height of about 217 feet and a base of about 1,476 feet by about 1,476 feet. So it's a square pyramid that's about 217 feet high. The Cheops Pyramid in Egypt is about 480 feet high, and its base is about 755 feet by 755 feet. So, we're going to compare those by asking a few questions. So, the first thing is, what do we know about the pyramids from looking at the pictures that are in our textbook on page 310. So we can look at those, and I know your textbook copies are in black and white, but we can look at them and we can see that they are square pyramids, and we have those measurements. So we know that they're square pyramids, so let's write that down. We can also see from the picture and see from the dimensions that the Cheops Pyramid in Egypt is taller. And we can see from the dimensions that the Cholula has the larger base. So let's write that down. And these are all really good clues, but without calculating the volume, we can't really tell which pyramid would take longer to build. And again, given our problem, it says that we're given similar conditions. So that means that the weather was about the same, the materials weighed about the same, things like that. So let's go ahead and calculate the Cholula pyramid's volume. So in order to do that, we need to write the formula for the area of a pyramid. And so we need to go back to our key idea and remember that the area of a pyramid is calculated by area equals 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So this is almost like the area of a prism, only it's 1/3 instead of 1/2, so we need to remember that. So let's go ahead and calculate. So Cholula area is going to equal 1/3 the area of its base, which is 1,476 feet, times 1,476 feet. So 1,476 squared times the height, which is 217 feet. So 1,476 squared, you'll be delighted to know, is 2,000,000 178,576. Now we still need to multiply that by 217 and by 1/3, but we're getting there. So let's go ahead and do some more calculations. Now to make my numbers get a little bit smaller, I multiplied by 1/3 first and got 726,192. So when we take that big number and multiply it by 217, you're not going to be surprised that we get another giant number, which is 157,583,664. And we say that as 157,583,664 cubic feet. That's a big pyramid. Now we need to figure out the area of the Cheops pyramid. So we can compare the two. So we're going to do the same thing. The Cheops area is 1/3 capital base, which is the 755 times 755, so it's 755 squared times 480. So I'm going to do a little math and figure out what 755 squared is. It turns out to be 570,025. So we write that. And we have to remember that we're going to multiply that by 1/3, and we're also going to multiply it by 480. So this time I'm not going to multiply by 1/3 first. I'm going to remember that multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3, and I can see using my divisibility test that that doesn't divide evenly by 3. So I'm going to multiply by 480 first, and when I do that, I get a giant big number, and I'll write it for you. It's 273,612,000. So that's 273,612,000, and that I'm going to take and multiply by 1/3. That comes out to a much nicer and rounder 912,04,000. And we say that as 91,204,000 cubic feet. Always remember to put that unit. So back to our question. The question was, which pyramid took longer to build? So now that you have the two volumes, I am going to let you answer which pyramid took longer to build and explain your reasoning. Remember the first part of this sentence, which says given similar conditions. So don't make up things like weather conditions or building materials being different or things like that, because it tells you in the question that they had similar conditions. Your assignment for this lesson is to finish Activity 2 on page 171 in your Record and Practice Journal. Please be prepared to share during our next class. Please remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you must complete your exit slip, Come to our next class prepared with the journal pages or other work from the flipped lesson completed, and be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed. Be prepared with any questions you have for the teacher, and always have a good attitude. We'll see you next time in class.